happening? How are you?
I'm very good, how are you?
Splendid.
So I'm Dave from HeyUGuys, thanks very much for your time today.
Thank you for having me.
8 years ago, Dead Man's Shoes came along, and now these massive Hollywood blockbusters. I know you've done a few since then. How did that happen? Was that always the plan?
Man, that's bizarre. 8 years ago. We shot it longer ago than that, because I'm 29 now. I was 20 then, so... Yes, sorry, what was your question?
Was that always the plan for you to go into from these smaller indie films into these massive blockbusters?
I just love making films and I love watching them, so to get the opportunity is you know, fantastic. But no, I have no plan. And you know, when you make a film in Matlock for £600, it's you don't have a plan to be in a massive epic blockbuster.
Yeah.
But I do enjoy them, and I'm lucky to get them.
Well, that was one of my favourite films of all time, Dead Man's Shoes.
It was?
Yeah,
Thank you,
I absolutely love it. Tell us a little bit
Did
about
you know
your
it was
character.
all improv?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's all improv.
Sorry, we've got off on a tangent.
I know, I'm so sorry. We can do that very briefly. You can edit it out. Yeah, it was all improv. And I only shot for 3 days.
Really?
Yeah. Paddy,
no.
When I was filming with Paddy, he said, "I'm not fucking making 6 cents for Nottingham, man." And I was like mortified, because Paddy was my hero. I'd just seen him in Room for Romeo Brass. So I only got to shoot 1 day with Paddy.
Wow.
Yeah, and 2 days with the lads.
Yeah, no, it's a fantastic film.
Thank you, man.
Tell us a little bit about your character in Wrath of the Titans, though.
His name's Agenor.
Brilliant. And he's a comedy sidekick, and you play it really well. Tell us a little bit about what it was like being on set and working with Sam and the director and the other members of the cast.
It was great, and actually I was very lucky to have Sam, because I've worked with actors who are leads, and it's sort of almost written into your contract that you're not to outshine the lead. But Sam very much wanted that. He wanted a Han Solo, a Chewbacca sidekick kind of deal. And you know, my character was very underwritten, and I said to him, look, to support, you've got to have a rounded character. You've got to have something that's interesting, if not, you know, at least as interesting as the lead. So to create something like that, I needed his support, and he gave me that in bucket loads. And I mean, Jonathan was the reason I did the film, you know, because when I read it, it was really underwritten. And I'd already done a film in the past where I was like, well, it's underwritten, but I can do something with it. And then you do something with it, and they're like, yeah, it's too good. We're going to cut it out. Yeah. You're now going to be a moron with a beard.
And you play that well.
Yeah. Yeah, not too well.
What was it like with all this CG? So, I mean, is this the most CG work you've ever done? The Prince of Persia must have been quite a lot.
CG's easy. I'm the youngest of 4 boys, and I have a little sister, so I've spent a lot of time holding a piece of dead tree, pretending it's a bazooka, so it's just the same. Yeah. You know, it's just when you get older, you think you're really cool and important, so you have to get rid of that and just go for it 100%, because you're not doing it for you, you're doing it for the audience who are going to pay their hard-earned money to watch it, and you're doing it for the visual effects. Before that, you're doing it for the visual effects team. We're going to have to watch that over and over and over and over and over and try and make something entertaining out of it. Yeah. You know, they're going to enhance your performance. So, yeah, it's important to work hard on it.
And this movie and I think Prince of Persia were both shot in the UK. Is the UK a place you really love to shoot? Like, is it somewhere that you see there should be more film shot here and that sort of stuff? Yeah,
I really do. I think it's a great shame that anyone would try and take any funding from that, you know, just out of what seems like spite, you know, because there's fantastic opportunities. And actually for me, you know, my entire life, acting has helped my psyche, it's helped my brain, it's taken stress away from me and enlightened me on a million different things. So just on the selfish acting side of things, yeah, it's vitally important that there's that opportunity to make films, and especially where you're from. You know, it's great if you're lucky enough to play an American character or someone from a different part of the world, but you know, when you grow up in an environment, you're best at copying characters from that environment. And you know, I've been lucky enough to get to show those characters, and you know, so should everyone.
Is there any news on a Prince of Persia 2?
Oh, I doubt it. I highly doubt it.
You don't think it's going to happen?
No.
And what have you got coming up next? What's on text for you?
I did a thing called The East, which is a project about a bunch of sort of eco-vigilante, anarchist warriors. I say warriors, they're not warriors. They're just a bunch of prats who live out in the wilderness who are trying to get their own back on companies they feel have wronged them. I took a pharmaceutical under my own prescription and gave it to my sister as an anti-malarial drug, but she had adverse side effects. She got a condition known as protopagnosia, or prosopagnosia as the Americans pronounce it, and I was playing an American, so which is a syndrome where you no longer recognise your own face in the mirror. It's mainly attached with severe head trauma. but they also thought it was genetic, but it turns out that it's possibly a side effect. So it's based off a true character, but we changed the drug name and changed a lot of the information, so we just got our facts about some of these awful side effects right.
And when's that coming out?
I hope at the end of the year, but it could be next year.
Okay, cool.
You know, it's a low budget, sometimes they take a while.
Yeah, awesome. I look forward to that, and thank you so much for your time today.
Oh man, pleasure.
Nice to meet you.
Thanks, have a lovely day.
You too.